Hi, this is Justin Prince. In this training, I want to walk you through how you can leverage the coded mentor bonus within Modere to create leverage within your organization and within your team. So now in this bonus, we're going to focus on the coded mentor bonus. We're going to focus on this idea of creating significant leverage. Now, J. Paul Getty said it this way. He said, I would rather have 1% of 100 men's efforts than 100% of my own efforts. And this bonus allows you to reach really deep. In fact, it has the potential to reach infinitely deep down each one of your lines and each one of the teams that you develop and build, and receive a small percentage of all of the first orders of any of the new social marketers that join that team. So let me walk you through some of the components of the coded mentor bonus. It gives you access to the infinite commission potential on all new social marketers' first orders in a new leg. Now, what does that mean? It means that as you build a new team of people, you start with a person that you introduce, and they start introducing people, and they start introducing people. And as those people make what's called a first order, which means they join Modere as a social marketer and they place their first product order, you can receive all the way down to the very bottom of that line the potential to earn a small commission on each of those orders. You can lock in a code of 3 to 15% commission on all new social marketers' first orders in new legs. You can also, with this coded bonus, earn up to 38% commission on all new personally enrolled social marketers' first orders. So now these are folks that are not someone else introduced. These are people that you're introducing yourself. The coded bonus actually allows you to earn up to 38% commission on those. And then what's cool about this bonus is as you rank advance, you can actually stack the coded bonus, and I'm going to explain to you in this training how that works. So let's start actually over here. This is you, right? You get started. Now in the structure, as you join Modere, there's someone above you. It may be the person that introduced you. It may be someone above them. That's what's called a director 1, 2, or 3. And then somewhere above them is someone that's an elite 1, 2, or 3. Now, this again may be someone that you know personally, and it may be someone further up the line, but follow me through on the example here. And the reason I wanted to put a director and elite is because the coded bonus starts with what's called director 1, and it pays out to director 1, 2, and 3, and then elite 1, 2, and 3. So this will kind of help us as a baseline, as an example, to show you how the coded bonus is paid out. At each one of the ranks, you earn a commission. At the director ranks, you earn 3%. At the elite ranks, you earn 2%. And I'm going to share with you later how these all stack together. So as you become a director 2, you don't earn 3% as a director 2. You actually earn 6% because you earn the 3% here plus this 3%. I'll walk you through how that works. So let's start with you. You're new to Modere. You're getting started. And let's say that you go out and you enroll a new social marketer. So you go get your first team member that joins your team. You're going to earn 10 to 20% commission on that new social marketer's what's called their first order. This is the first order bonus. You're going to earn 10 to 20%. So again, a new social marketer joins your team. They make their first product purchase, and the company pays you 10 to 20%. The way you earn the 20% is what's called a get 3 doubler, which means you enroll 3 new social marketers within a 2-month period. We'll have a separate training for that. Now, you earn 10 to 20% because you're the person that brought them in. And then there's 3 to 15% that goes up to the upline director and the upline elite up above you. They're coded to this. And it'll make more sense here in a minute as you see how you're coded to it as well eventually, okay? So next part is this. Let's say that you go out and you introduce 2 more social marketers. So at this point now you have 3 social marketers. You're going to earn 10 to 20% on their first orders. It's a bonus that you receive on their first orders. And then 3 to 15% is going to flow upline to the upline directors and the upline elites. Now, what happens when these new social marketers, they start introducing people? Well, they're going to get their first order bonus. This person's going to get this person here will get their first order bonus when they introduce this person. But as this new social marketer introduces a new social marketer who introduces a new social marketer, this same 3 to 15% is still flowing upline. It's coded to the directors and the elites, in this case, above you. Now, what our goal is to help you to become a director. So now, in this case, now you have become a director 1. Now, follow me through on how this works. These first lines that you have introduced, these first teams that you've introduced, we call them legs or lines that you've introduced, they are coded to your upline because you weren't a director 1 yet. So what happens when you go out and start a new line or a new team? you're going to earn the 10 to 20%, because in this case, you enrolled person number 4 and person number 5. You earn 10 to 20% first order bonus. That's what the FOB stands for, is first order bonus. First order is whatever they ordered, you receive a commission percentage on the product purchase they made. Now you're also going to notice it says plus 3% Director 1 code. So you don't only earn 10 to 20% because now you're a Director 1. So if you come back over here, Director 1s earn 3% and they earn the code. The coded mentor bonus kicks in at this point. So now you're going to earn 13 to 23%. Why? Because you get the first order bonus plus you earn this Director 1 code. Now check this out. Remember J. Paul Getty said, I'd rather have 1% of 100 men's efforts than 100% of my own effort. Well, here's where the code really starts kicking in for you. So you have these new social marketers, they start introducing new social marketers, who start introducing new social marketers, et cetera, et cetera. Now the 3 to 15% is going to start with you because you're a Director 1, and then it will pay out to the Director 2s, 3s, and elites and so on above you. But now you're receiving this 3% override on all of those people that have joined this new team. Now, let me give you this is if you become a Director 1 after your 3rd month. Let me talk to you if you were to really go fast and you were to become a Director 1 within your first 90 days. We have a program called Drive to Director. Let me explain to you how this works and why it's so important and how it can help you to capitalize on this coded mentor bonus. So first thing you're going to want to do is become what's called 480 point qualified in your first qualification month. Let me just very simply see if I can explain what that means to you. 480 point qualified, it represents the amount of product purchase that either you purchased on your first order or that the amount of products that your customers purchase in your first qualification month. So basically your first month, okay? What most people do here is they'll order our $4.99 collection or even higher, the $6.99 collection, but typically it's the $4.99 collection because that automatically qualifies you. That $4.99 product collection is actually worth the 480 points that you need, the 480 points to be 480 point qualified. If you order less than that in your first order, then you need to use the new customers that you acquire, the point value that they order, to make up the difference between what you ordered and the 480 points. Either way, you want to become 480 point qualified. What most people do is they just order the $4.99 product collection, they get more of Modere products, and they're automatically qualified. Now, once you do that, it kind of opens up 2 other things for you. First is you're going to earn an additional 3%, what's called a power bonus in your first 90 days. What that simply means is this: it's just an extra 3% the company's going to give you because you're 480 point qualified. In your first 90 days, any new social marketer that you personally introduce, you're going to make an additional 3% in addition to the regular compensation plan that the company has in place. Now, the second thing that it allows you to do is what's called Drive to Director in your first 90 days. So it gives you a chance to go up and capture that code that you get at Director 1, and it qualifies you to be what's called recoded. Now, again, I know that's a term that's a new term, so let me do my best to see if I can explain to you what recoded means, okay? So again, your goal is in your first 90 days to become a Director 1. If you do that, then you are recoded to the teams that you've started. Let me give you an example of how this works. Let's go back to our illustration that we had a minute ago. Now, there's you're a Director 1, you have the folks that introduce you, the Director, and then the upline elite. In this case, you've introduced 5 people. Now remember, the first 3 in our example, the first 3 teams that you started, you actually started them before you hit Director 1, and then the 4th team and the 5th team that you started them after you hit Director 1. So these ones are already coded to you. Because of that, these ones are actually coded to your upline Director 1, okay? So let me kind of walk you through how this works. As these folks go out and start building their own teams, so this team goes out and they introduce people who introduce people and so on and so on and so on. And this team turns from 10 to 50, from 50 to 100. And this team turns from 10 to 50, from 50 to 200. And you start building these teams. The code was already paid to your upline Director 1 once when you were on your way to Director 1. But all of the new people that are joining these teams, if you hit Director 1 within your first 90 days, all of the new people, that code, instead of going to your upline Director 1, will be recoded to you. So moving forward, again, the payout that's already been paid has been paid. But all of the new signups in that organization, all the new social marketers that are joining and placing their first product order, those will all be paid to you if you hit Director 1 within your first 90 days. So you're recoded on those first 3 lines. On your other lines, line 4 and line 5, you're already coded to them because they started after. You started those lines after you became a Director 1. So the point is this: it's very important in your first 90 days to become 480 point qualified, and then to really race to becoming a Director 1. If you don't hit it, you're still coded to all of the new lines that you start. So your 4th line, your 5th line, and anything else past. But if you do hit it, then you pick up the codes on these teams that are, as they continue to build, you have a code on all those teams. Now, I talked to you about how the bonus stacks. Let me give you an example if you were an Elite 1. Now, if you remember, I said that it pays somewhere between 3 to 15%. Let me explain to you why it's 3 to 15%. That stacks upon itself. So you go from 3 to 6, 6 to 9, 9 to 11, 11 to 13, 13 to 15. So there's 15% total paid out, okay? So when you're an Elite 1, you have and you enroll a new team, a new social marketer. You have the 3% for the Director 1, 3% for Director 2, 3% for Director 3. So that's 9% there. These 3 added together is 9, plus you get your 2%. So watch how this works. So you enroll a new social marketer as an Elite 1. You earn 10 to 20% first order bonus. So that's the commission the company pays, plus 11%. Why 11? Because you get there's no director or Director 2, Director 3 in between you and that person, and then you're the Elite. So you stack all of those together. Now check this out. Here's hopefully where I'm hoping the code will come to life for you a little bit. You'll start to see the power of this over time. So you introduce that first person, and then they introduce somebody. And that you receive an 11% coded bonus on whatever that person's first order is as a social marketer. When they introduce somebody, you receive an 11% code on that person's first order as a social marketer. When they introduce somebody, you receive an 11% code on that person's first order as a social marketer. What about the team that they build? You know, their team goes from 50 to 100, and from 100 to 500, and that team goes from 500 to 1,000 people, and over time 10,000. All of the first orders of that entire team are coded to you, and in this example is as when you have that Director 1 code. Now, what happens if, follow me through on this example, let's say that you're an Elite 1, which is right here. Let's say that you eventually become an Elite 2, which is this one right here. When you're an Elite 2, you're coded to this line as an Elite 1. This is an Elite 1 code because that's what you were when you hit it, and that's what you were when you started the line. If you started an Elite 2 line, so you started a new line because you've hit Elite 2, then you would pick up the additional 2%. So instead of 11, it'd be 13. You make 13% down that line. Let's say that you eventually became an Elite 3. As an Elite 3, you start a new line, you're coded as an Elite 3 to that line. Now, on the second line, you'd be coded as an Elite 2, and this line is coded as an Elite 1. So as an Elite 3, you pick up the additional 2%. So you would make a 15% code all the way down that line on all of the new enrollments in that line. So very powerful bonus to be able to help you to not only build your team, but to help your teams build their teams, to go down there in the depths of your group and help your team to succeed, because you'll receive this percentage of all of the first orders of all of the social marketers within those teams. I hope that's helpful, and I look forward to sharing some more trainings with you guys moving forward.